So welcome to another FC24 career mode video. Today we're finding out what happens when you reach the end of player career mode. A normal career mode goes for about 15 seasons, so I'm going to go the distance with one player today and see what happens when it's all over, when you reach the final game of the season, and what happens after that. If you enjoy the video, please leave a like for me and make sure you subscribe to get more FC24 videos. We're going to set up a player career mode here. I've created some sort of guy, and he's from Australia. Birth year is 2004, which should make him about 18 years old at the moment. I'm going to start my career at Manchester United. So we've got our first article, Vapex takes next step at Manchester United. Man United have confirmed that the 18-year-old academy graduate Vapex will be part of the first team squad for the coming season. Ten Hag was quick to talk up the new addition to his senior ranks. Every club wants to bring through exciting new talent, and we're no different. This lad will give us options as a striker. I'm sure Vapex is a name you'll be hearing a lot more of in the future. Yeah, he's not even going to play a game. What I'm going to do now is go to the calendar and start simming full seasons, and we'll see what happens here. At the end of the first season, we actually hit one objective, and that was win the League Cup. So we got that one, but the rest of the contract objectives were not fulfilled. So we can either go on loan or change club. So the player agent does recommend different clubs here, but I don't think we can even join any of these because we didn't hit any objectives. So it looks like our only path out is to go on loan. So where are we off to? I don't know. We would like to inform you that we have agreed a loan deal for you with Drogheda United. We feel this would give you an opportunity to get some playing time as well as grow as a player. Wow. So Manchester United thought we were the next big thing. 1 year later, we're out on loan somewhere. And we've still got this bug where the generic kit comes up in the transfer cutscene. Does this make any sense? EA, still with the same bugs as last year. Alright, so I simmed all the way up to the 13th of November 2035, and we've switched a lot of clubs. You know, I didn't hit any of the objectives at any club, so I kept on switching. It looks like player career mode did not go for 15 seasons in FC24. As you can see, it's only 2035. It should have been about 2038, but the game tops out at 2035-36 by the looks of it. And I had to play the last few months, you know, to get into the starting 11. Otherwise, I wouldn't even have made it to the starting 11 today. And you don't really get much if you just sim player career mode. You just get one playstyle thing unlocked. I have 63 skill points available, and I think I'll just apply these to the guy because if we're going to play our retirement match, you might as well apply all the boosts you can. You can see our player agent has sent me a lot of messages and we've left them all on red. What's funny is that even though you've got one more game left in your career, you can still make a club a target. You can still sort of do that. But we've reached the match day. Let's see if we get any special news articles about our guy here. Even though it's our last game, there's no news articles from the club or anything about our retirement, so they don't really care, I guess. If we check our notifications, you can see we haven't got anything. Something about a player returning from suspension. The only messages I got were about recent performances that the manager was not happy. So obviously the club doesn't care. EA doesn't care that you're about to play your last game. You're not going to get any special treatment after playing so many hours of player career mode and getting to the last game of your career. We ended up as a 79 overall with some half decent stats. Couple greens there, actually. Not a bad player by the looks of it. I did boost the guy a lot through the points and that I accumulated over the career. But let's take a look at our career before we actually play the last game, because we've had quite the journey. Overall, we had 11 clubs and our current wage is 5,100 a week. Our market value is £40 million. We've played 88 games. We won 23, lost 39, and 26 goals and 8 assists. Let's start with our 2023-24. We were at Man United. Our average rating was 327. I don't know how that works. We only played one game for Manchester United, and then we moved to Drogheda United in 2024-25. We played 7 games there with an average rating of 983. I don't know if that's real or not, that number, if that's supposed to be there, or a bug. And then we've got this one, we went to Dalian Pro, and then we played 21 games there. And VfB Lübeck, we played 3 games. So it looks like even if you sim the seasons, you still sort of get a game or two here and there. Sometimes you will play depending on the club. And then we've got in 2027-28, Jamshedpur, and then we played 1 game there. And then we moved to Punjab FC, we played no games. Then we went to Hyderabad, and then we played no games there. And then we moved to Jamshedpur again. I think that was the same team, wasn't it? Yeah, we did. So we moved back there, played 2 games, and then we went to FC Goa, 2 games there. Then we went to Hyderabad again, and then we went to Jamshedpur again. Cork City, I can't remember if those were loan deals or not, they probably were. And then we went back to Hyderabad again, and then Nantong Ziyun, and then we went to Zhejiang Pro, and that was it. 2037-38. Yeah, in my calendar, it's only gone up to 2035, but for some reason we've played the 2037-38 season. I don't know, maybe another bug or something. So as you can see, quite the journey, and it all comes down to our last game of our career. It's going to be in the Chinese Super League as well, and we're going to be playing up front. We are the best player in the team with a 79 overall. Players do not age in career mode. We still look like that fresh 18-year-old that started with Manchester United. You would think by now EA could have thrown in a grey hair or two by the time you reach 30 in player career mode, but nah. So it looks like we get a cutscene here, and our player is featured, but it's just sort of one of those generic matchday cutscenes. It's not like something special about your player retiring at the end of the game. the game doesn't really understand that you're retiring until the actual calendar finishes, I think. You would think that they could at least give you some special article or a message in your inbox. Like, it would take 2 seconds to put that into a game. We're not very old in the grand scheme of things. We're only 30 years old. But for some reason, the game forces you to retire at 30. See, player career mode depends on your teammates as well and the difficulty of the AI. If you're playing on a harder AI, then yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder to play player career mode. And especially if you don't control the whole team. Play it across. Trying to get through. Gonna lay it back. He's actually a decent player. For a guy that's only played 88 games in like over a decade, he's still pretty decent, and we just scored. So I'll take it. The teammates look like they're doing alright so far. Here we go. It looks like he's going to have a chance here. He plays it to me. Let's see what I can do here. A couple skill moves. We get inside the box. We have a hit, and we almost score, but he hit the side netting there. Let's pick it up again. Got a bit of a space here, and we had the hit. The keeper with the save. It's not out yet. And now it's out for the corner. So it's pretty much over. Our career is over. Let's see what happens. That was our last game in player career mode. And we're running somewhere. I don't know where we're running to. Maybe this is the retirement cutscene. I don't know. It looks like a standard cutscene for when a game ends. No special treatment. No messages. No standing ovation. I guess we get to clap the fans. But I don't think anyone cares that we're retiring. I mean, we only played 88 games in our career. And probably only played a couple for this club anyway. So they don't really care. But still, you spent so many hours playing player career mode, you should get something special at the end of it. Should be a special cutscene or something after the game in the change rooms, and instead you just get maybe not even an interview you get. Wow, not even an interview. They choose to interview someone else. Man, we didn't really matter at all, man. After 15 seasons, we didn't really matter. You do get the locker room cutscene, but this is just the standard cutscene that everyone gets. It's nothing to do with your retirement or anything like that. Manager's doing a talk, doesn't even acknowledge that that was our last game. What a waste of time, man. This is a disaster, come on. A special cutscene would have been nice. Do you get an article after your game ends? Nothing. Nothing about your retirement. Ah, that's not good. Now, the funny thing is you can actually choose to retire still, even after your last game. Because the calendar hasn't ended yet, you can just click retire and you can do it yourself manually. If you confirm your retirement, by the way, you get to go into manager career mode as a manager. So if you want to become a manager after this, you want to do it like this. Let's advance a few more days, see if anyone's picked up that we're retiring. So it looks like a couple weeks go by, no one cares. We're still making money though. We've got about 3 million in earnings. We've reached the end of the season, 2035, and still nothing. No one cares. No news articles. Nothing like that. No one cares. End the season. Let's see what happens. We finally get a message for retirement. So this is from the board. It says, Vapex, we understand you're planning to retire at the end of the season. I was not planning to. The game forces you to retire. We wanted to place on record our thanks for all that you've achieved during your time at the club. We plan to arrange a gala dinner, wow, for the whole squad after the last game of the current campaign. We'll hope to celebrate all the great games you've played for us, probably only played like 2 games, and recognise the pleasure your performances have given to everyone connected with the club. Okay, you get a career summary, so you get your squad ranking, your form, and your career summary. So we didn't even get to 2037-38, so I don't know why it says that, but it's just the way it is. We already looked at this before, so there's really nothing else to take a look at. Let's click the advance button, and let's see what happens. Wow, we got booted out. I love how you just spent 15 seasons in career mode, and EA's like, bye-bye, boots you out. You don't even get transitioned over into manager career mode unless you retire the player manually. Does that make any sense? You just get booted out, thanks for your time, now go and play Ultimate Team or something. It baffles me how you could have a player career mode, and retirement is one of the biggest things for a player as well, and you get nothing after it. Not even a trophy comes up. Yeah, you're going to have to retire your guy manually the day before the calendar ends or something like that, and you get a job offer to go into manager career mode. So you sign the contract, you become a manager now. It's just the way it is. I don't know, maybe EA can work on it and fix it up a little bit, because at the moment it's a little bit disappointing, but that's how player career mode ends.